What is up, y'all? So we're gonna do a day of eating. Today is a Wednesday, and so it's the middle of the week. It's about 5:30. Yeah, it's about 5:45 right now. I got my first in-person client, and I usually just have a coffee. Okay, so typically I go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a black iced coffee medium, but trying to save money, so I get that Dunkin' at coffee I have at home. I put about one serving in, which is 360 milliliters, and then I add a little bit of that Fairlife milk, and I'll show you here how I input that, and that's literally what I'm going off of right from the start of the beginning. So I'm not in a fasting state, but I am having a little bit of milk with my coffee, and then that should hold me over until I'm ready to get like something before my pre-workout. All right, it's about 7:45 back home. Probably gonna work out here in the next 30 to 40 minutes. But what I'm gonna eat first is get a little bit of carbs for energy. And what I usually do is I will do some kind of sourdough. There's my cat, whoops. And I'm just measuring it out here. I've got about 87 grams. And what I'll also do is throw on some of this pure Kerrygold, pure Irish butter, just a little bit to let it have a little bit of taste. And then I'll eat that while I do a little bit of work before I head to the gym. And that's typically what I'll have before some sourdough that my wife's been cooking a bunch. Or she'll do some protein muffins, where you can see back there's a little bit of protein muffins. That's banana bread with a little bit of walnuts. I'll do one of those maybe, but not today. So that is pre-workout meal. And then I'll have my caffeine pre-workout and then ready to go. And those of you that are wondering, how do I measure like butter and stuff? I put it easier here. I zero out the scale. This is easier than measuring it, putting it on the bread. And I'll do that and I'll see like, okay, that's about 2 grams. The serving size is 14. I'm probably only gonna use half that serving size for my bread. So I just do that. That looks at 2 grams and I'll do that up till 7. All right, post workout, just got done with the gym. We're walking across the street to Rainbow's Donuts. Just kidding. We're not doing any donuts this morning. There used to be a time where I could eat donuts. We used to have actually 2 every day before I would train clients from, 6 a.m. till about 7 p.m. It was a little bit more active. I can't do that now because I'm a little bit more stagnant and I sit down a little bit more for the online training. So no donuts today, but I will show you all how to fit some sweets into your day of eating in another video. All right, post-workout, I like to get a quick shake in, all right? Just 2 scoops of our Spoken Nutrition. Use code PHPTEAM10 for 10% off. But yeah, like to get back into work pretty quickly after I go to the gym, and so I don't wanna have my hands full of food, and so I won't eat my first like full meal, typically until about noon, 1, just depending on what my day, middle of the day break looks like. And as you can see, my macros, I got about 640 calories done so far today. 71 grams of protein, 50 carb, 15 fat. And so what I'll do for my lunch is have a pretty high protein lunch. That way I don't have to worry about getting in my protein later tonight. All right, lunch today, I've got chicken nuggets from Kirkland's, Costco. I've posted a video before about them. I didn't have anything meal prepped for today. It's been this week I haven't really meal prepped anything. So what I've been doing is just making sure I have options to cook really quickly. And so I just pop those in the air fryer for 10 minutes. Okay. And then I also threw on some wing sauce here. And that is like literally 25 calories, basically 2 fat, 1 carb. Okay. So it gives me a little bit more flavor, juices them up a little bit, and makes them real tasty. So I've got that here at lunchtime. It's about 12:30. And then from here, what we'll do, I'm actually going out to dinner tonight with my wife and her parents. And so I'm going to show you how I log going out to eat. Okay, I will see you at the next meal. All right, sitting here just finishing up some work. And what I did, since I'm going out to eat a little bit later, I kind of already put in some of my macros for later tonight just to see where I'd be at. So I know I'm going to get chicken fajitas tonight at the Mexican restaurant, and I put those in. You'll see that on our screen up here.
and I'm putting that in, and then it shows me how much protein and calories I have left for the day. I'm already in my gold bars, and then it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to maybe have a couple chips and some salsa, or maybe have a small margarita. We will see. I'll show you when we get there. So I did end up getting 2 frozen margaritas while out to dinner with my in-laws and my wife. And this will be a good example here. You can see that there's about 35 grams of carb per margarita, and I got 2 of them, so that's gonna be 70. This is a good example of why you want to stick to something like a tequila soda or water soda. You only want to get those calories from the alcohol itself. So could I have made a better decision? Yes, but I'm going to have those frozen margaritas. And looking at my macros, you can still see that I hit my calories, a little bit over my calories, didn't hit my protein, but still in the gold. So what we'll do is get more protein in on one of these next days.